Hello, I am coming to you today with just a simple little fun project. I am in love with these painted and chalked and distressed kind of books. So I wanted to show you how easy they are, and you can do them as a stack, you can do them as a single. This is just a single book I'm going to use. So you can either, like if you have books around your house, that's great. If you, if you go to Goodwill and grab some, or I get mine at the Dollar Tree. I mean, they're $1, you know? So what I've done is I've just chosen a book, and all I've done is go to the book aisle and chosen the size I like, the width and the size, and that's the only reason this book was chosen. I don't even care what's inside it. So I've painted it white with my white chalk paint, with my Waverly chalk paint, which is my favorite. Let's get that at Walmart. Let me make sure I didn't just move that out of, nope, I'm good. And then I'm gonna take a couple of our pumpkin transfers. So these are our pumpkin patterns transfers. And yes, they're huge, but I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do this. And then I'm gonna take our Harvest Trio, and I'm gonna take the Grateful out of that. So let's get started on this. So first I'm gonna take the smaller of the pumpkins. It's gonna go down on the bottom. So I want it, and you're not gonna see the whole pumpkin. It's gonna kind of allude to the shape of the pumpkin. I was working with raffia and jute, and my transfers were near it, and I've kind of got stuff stuck everywhere. So I'm gonna start with this guy and make sure it's down really good. These transfers have been used a lot, so they have been well loved, because I do love these transfers. So I've got my orange peel Chalkology paste, and just mix it up really good. And you want it to just kind of flow off or kind of plop off the stir stick. You want it to be the consistency of like sour cream or cake batter, that kind of a thing, or yogurt. So I'm gonna take my orange peel paste, and I'm gonna just spread this across the open area of my transfer. Just cover all my areas. It doesn't take very much. I have had this paste, gosh, I've done a ton of Halloween stuff with it and fall stuff. It has gotten me a long ways. I've had it a couple months, and with this time of year, I'm using it a lot. So now I'm just scraping the excess off, because you don't need all this extra. Okay, and I'm gonna set that to the side. And then we'll peel this up. Oh my goodness. That polka dot is just, I love it. Love it. So I'm gonna just set this back on its backer sheet for now, and I'll clean it up in a little bit. So then, gosh, I almost could just leave it there. Maybe I don't want to put this other one on there. Let's try this. Okay, so now it's all dry. Gosh, it's really cute. I think I'm gonna go with my original plan still though. I think I'm gonna still add this other one, but it would be really cute just left that way with a big bow on it. Oh my goodness. The possibilities are truly endless. So then I'm gonna take this guy, and I'm gonna bring him down a little bit. He's a little bit trickier because we're gonna have to chalk around this pumpkin, and maybe we're gonna put him over here further. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Oops, stuck to my backer. Okay, let's try this again. So, yeah, I like that right there. Press him down. And these, you know, we're gonna have the binding area over here, the bend in the book, and it's not gonna be perfect over there, but it's gonna be great. So then I have my iced coffee. This one's a little thick. Let me grab my water. Just 1 second here. Is there anything in this one? Hold on, I'm gonna grab my big water. I have my little, oh, this one has one. This one has some water. And if your paste is just, if it's too thick, give it a little bit of water. Stir it in. It'll thin it out. I mean, it could even be hard as a rock, like solid, dried, and you can bring it back. That is what is so awesome about these pastes. So that, see that's pretty darn perfect. I love stirring these. It just is, I think it's fun. So this one is gonna take a little bit more work. You could mask these areas off with tape, but I don't really want to go to all the trouble, and it's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna go out. And if you don't get all the way up to that edge, that's okay. I mean, if there's a little bit of white there, that's okay. You're gonna follow the line of the pumpkin, so you're gonna be able to tell. I might have to do this in little sections, because I'm gonna be working a little bit slower. Just following the line of my little guy here. So some people would mask this off. I just don't want to deal with that. I'd rather make it more difficult on myself. I don't know. I guess we all have different opinions on what's more difficult, but to me the taping is more difficult. So I'm gonna just go very slow and careful. So it actually works pretty well. So let's do the other areas that we can a little faster. You can leave your paste on a little bit thicker while you're working, and it'll keep it a little bit wetter longer. And then you can go back and scrape off all the excess right before you're ready to peel up your transfer. So this is what I was saying over here, is where it's not going to be perfect because of it might be a little spotty or even a little gloppier around the binding area. Oops, I think I went over my other one a little bit, but I think it's going to be okay. So just because it's not a smooth surface right there, but it's going to be cute because these are supposed to be kind of rustic. You know, I don't like this line right here. We need to smooth that out a little bit. Okay, so then we'll peel this up. Oh yeah, it's cute. I like it. I do. We'll put this guy on his backer, and I'll deal with him in a bit as well. Okay, see what I was saying, how it's gonna be kind of a little different. And so then you can really think about, like, if you wanna put a ribbon on there and where you wanna place it and all that kind of stuff. And you can do that around maybe things you need to cover up a little bit. So I need to get these closed up. So hold on just a second here. And then, I didn't do my orange yet either. Get these closed up. I don't want them getting dried out. Another thing you can do too is when you close, even though you have these like all closed up, they still will dry out a little bit. So I give it a few sprays and then just close it up, and it'll keep it hydrated in there. So I don't mix it in, because then I just stir it when I'm done, or when I'm going to use it again. So this is going to take a little bit longer to dry, just because of that right there is a little bit gloppier, but I don't want to go in and scoop it out because I'll mess it up, and it's going to be just fine. So let me dry this a bit, and I will be right back. Okay, so now we're going to go back with this, with our grateful, and we're going to put it right across there. So the other thing I didn't tell you, my transfers have been used a lot, so they're not like fresh out of the package. But this one actually, maybe I do need to fuzz a little bit. I'm gonna get my fuzzing cloth and I'm gonna show you. Hold on 1/2 second. Okay, so when your transfers are new, and because this is a painted surface, and obviously even though my transfers aren't new, mine are really sticky still, which is awesome. So this is our fuzzing cloth. It's got a microfiber on one side and a terry cloth on the other. So I am going to just stick it on here, and it picks up some fuzz, hence the term fuzzing cloth. And it doesn't hurt your transfer. You're picking up some fuzz so that it doesn't stick so badly. There's that little raffia I was talking about, or the jute, I mean. But it that way it isn't going to, one little spot here that just is kind of moving. I have glitter and jute and stuff everywhere, so I've been actually starting on my Christmas stuff. Anyways, okay. So it picks up some fuzz so that it doesn't stick and harm your surface or peel up your paint, or if it's too stuck on there, it can wreck your transfer. So when you go to peel it up, it'll stretch it or it'll make it curl. And we don't want that because we want to use our transfers as many times as possible. The company says you get about 10 to 12 uses out of a transfer. I have some that are upwards of 20 or more. So if you take care of them, you can get a lot of use out of your transfers. Okay, so I've got Grateful, and I'm going to use our Bark Chalkology paste just so that it will stand out, but I still have my harvesty kind of colors, my Thanksgiving, fall, harvesty kind of colors. So this one actually is a really good colors and pattern to get you all the way through the fall. So we'll peel this guy up. Yeah, see, I still could have fuzzed it a little bit more. And there's oh, I love it. I just love it. I'm really glad that I went ahead and did that second pumpkin. But you could totally make it more of a Halloween look if you just did the one. But I love it. So now I have to decide. I'm a bow girl. I really like bows. So I have to decide what kind of bow I want to put on here. You don't always have to have a bow, obviously. But the only thing I like with these books, because I don't even know what books they are, what they're about, I kind of like to seal them up so that, I don't know, just because who knows what they're not bad. It's just, I don't know what they are. So I like to kind of seal them up, but maybe this one I'm not. Maybe this one is going to be, but see, and then when I have the blank spine, it's kind of boring too. So I'm going to think about this. Maybe I'll just wrap it in twine, because I'm also a big twine girl. So let's hit this and get that Grateful dried. And I'm going to grab my twine and we're going to look at this. I'm kind of just doing this as I go. So let's see here. So this twine, let's get that out of the way so we don't end up with more fuzzies in it. This twine is from the Dollar Tree. I get 3 of these rolls for $1 and I just love it. So I think what we'll do is we'll leave a tail. And we're just going to wrap it. Sorry, I'm out of the shot here. I like I like the texture that twine brings. I like to have lots of different textures. So to me, without the twine or anything, let's see if I can get it around one more time. I might have underestimated. Yeah, no, we'll just do it this way and then we'll turn it off. I really like lots of texture. And so to me, let's see if I can do this with my own fingers here. The twine just, it adds a lot, and that, I'm struggling with words today. Before the twine, it looked too flat to me. So that's why I like it. Here, we'll just trim this off a bit. And then I'm gonna go back under here and do, it's still a little flat to me. So we're gonna do this and give it some more, and we'll trim these. So yeah, so here we can move it off the grateful. So it kind of comes down here, but I also want that pumpkin stem to kind of show. So I like that a lot better. I think that that is, to me, it's a lot better. Well, it's cute. Not just that it's a lot better. But when you don't have anything on your spine, and then just that flat look, it's like when I do my paper crafts, I always have to use foamy stuff because I need more dimension. So anyways, so that's a super, super quick way to do just a fun little thing to set on your table. I mean, and what, it was $1 for the book and 33 cents for that whole roll of twine, and then your transfers. So it's a super inexpensive little project that the kids can do, you could do with your friends. It's just super easy. Let me show you a couple other examples here. Hold on one second. Let me grab my other ones. So let me see here. So this is a 2-book stack that I did, and I distressed it a little bit. I weathered it kind of, just with some gray chalk paint that I dry brushed across. So this is a 2-book stack, and I weathered it all the way around and then just did the twine. And then this is a 3-book stack that then has, it's weathered also all the way around, and then has the big bow. I also like to do, I don't have any here because I think they're all up first. Let me see if I have, hold on, I'm not very well prepared today, so just give me a second here. Okay, so I also have another 3-book stack so that you can see what I did, what it looks like to do something on the spine. And I also like to do words on the spine, but this one has a crazy twine bow and then some flowers and words. This one is really pretty sitting on my buffet in the spring. So that's what this one was made for. And I distressed this one with like a browner color. So anyways, so that's just a few little ideas of what you can do with such a simple little project, but can be made really, really cute and to whatever degree of decor or accessories you want to put on it. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have a super great day, and I will be back with some more projects very soon. Alrighty, bye-bye.